The unexpected encounter. In the vast, star-studded void of the galaxy, the crew of the starship Elysian Dawn navigated through the dark expanse of space with a sense of anticipation. They were on a routine mission, exploring uncharted regions, but today would be anything but routine. Captain Elena Reyes peered through the viewport of the command deck, her eyes scanning the endless black. Her ship, a marvel of human engineering, was designed to withstand the harshest conditions of space. Yet, nothing could have prepared her for what lay ahead. The sensors had picked up an anomalous signal, a strange, pulsating frequency that seemed to defy all known scientific explanations. As the crew worked to analyze the signal, Dr. Marcus Lynn, the ship's chief scientist, examined the data with furrowed brows. "Captain, this signal isn't like anything we've seen before. It's not just irregular, it's almost alive." Elena nodded, her curiosity piqued. "Set a course for the source of the signal. Let's see what's out there." The ship changed direction, its engines humming with the promise of new discovery. Hours later, they arrived at the source, a small, unassuming planet, its surface covered in dense, swirling clouds. The signal grew stronger as they approached, pulsating in rhythm with their own heartbeat. With careful precision, the Elysian Dawn descended through the atmosphere, landing in a clearing amidst the tumultuous weather. The crew disembarked, stepping onto the alien world with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Their suits protected them from the planet's harsh conditions, but the real challenge was what lay ahead. As they explored the alien landscape, the crew found themselves surrounded by strange flora and fauna. The plants seemed to glow with an otherworldly light, and creatures of varying shapes and sizes darted through the underbrush. It was a world unlike any they had ever encountered. Suddenly, a shimmering light caught their attention. The source was a small, metallic object embedded in the ground. Dr. Lin approached cautiously, using a tool to extract it. As he did, the object emitted a burst of energy that knocked the crew back. When the light subsided, a figure stood before them, an alien, unlike any they had seen. It was tall, with sleek, metallic skin that seemed to shift colors in the light. Its eyes, large and expressive, conveyed a sense of ancient wisdom and curiosity. The alien spoke in a language they could not understand, but its tone was calm and inviting. The crew, though initially wary, sensed no immediate threat. Captain Reyes stepped forward, her communicator translating the alien's words. "Greetings, travelers. I am Alien, guardian of this world. Your arrival was foretold by the ancient prophecies." The crew exchanged puzzled glances. "Foretold?" Elena asked, her voice tinged with curiosity. Alien nodded. "Long ago, it was prophesied that beings from the stars would come to our world. We have waited for your arrival, believing that you would bring change and enlightenment." Dr. Lin, still recovering from the initial shock, asked, "Why us? Why now?" Alien's eyes glowed softly. "Our world is at a crossroads. We face a great challenge, one that requires knowledge and wisdom from beyond our own. You are here to help us navigate this critical juncture." The crew was taken aback. They had set out on an exploration mission, not a diplomatic one. Yet, as they looked at Alien and the alien world around them, they felt a sense of responsibility. They had the chance to make a difference, to help a civilization in need. Captain Reyes took a deep breath. "We're here to assist. Tell us what you need." Alien's eyes shimmered with relief. "Thank you. Our world is facing a crisis of environmental collapse. Our attempts to stabilize our ecosystem have failed, and we fear the end is near. We need your help to understand and solve the problem." The crew of the Elysian Dawn prepared themselves for the challenge ahead. They knew that this mission would be unlike any they had ever undertaken, filled with uncertainties and dangers. But they were ready. Their ingenuity, resilience, and determination would be put to the test. As they began to collaborate with Alien and the inhabitants of the alien world, they were unaware of the trials and discoveries that awaited them. The fate of this world, and perhaps their own, now depended on their ability to bridge the gap between species and work together. The hidden crisis. The Elysian Dawn crew quickly adjusted to their new surroundings, immersing themselves in the alien world's unique environment. Alien guided them through sprawling biomes, each displaying the planet's extraordinary diversity. Despite the beauty and complexity of their surroundings, an underlying tension was palpable. The crew could sense the urgency in Alien's demeanor, and their mission took on a new gravity. In a large, luminous chamber beneath the planet's surface, the crew gathered for a briefing. Holographic projections displayed various data points and environmental metrics. The scene was both alien and familiar, advanced technology combined with natural beauty, creating a striking contrast. Alien began to speak, his voice resonating with a hint of sorrow. "Our biosphere is collapsing. The delicate balance we once maintained has been disrupted. The projections you see indicate a rapid decline in atmospheric stability and a rise in toxic compounds." Dr. Lin scrutinized the data with growing concern. The levels of these compounds are far beyond what would be considered safe. How long until the environment becomes uninhabitable? Alien's eyes dimmed slightly. If left unchecked, the collapse could reach critical levels within months. Our attempts to reverse the damage have been unsuccessful. We believe the problem is more profound than we initially understood. Captain Reyes raised a hand. "What about the source of the disruption? Have you identified it?" Alien nodded. "We suspect that the cause lies within an ancient structure deep in the planet's core. It's a place we have not been able to access, but we believe it holds the key to understanding and resolving the crisis." Determined to find answers, Captain Reyes and her team prepared for an expedition to the ancient structure. Equipped with advanced tools and guided by Alien, they set out into the heart of the planet. The journey was treacherous, with shifting terrain and unstable conditions testing their resolve. As they descended deeper, the temperature and pressure increased. The crew maintained their focus, driven by a shared sense of purpose. They finally reached the entrance of the ancient structure, a massive, ornate gateway adorned with alien symbols. Dr. Lin examined the symbols, using a portable translator to decode them. These markings suggest that the structure was built to contain something powerful. Alien nodded. It was designed as a safeguard. However, it seems the containment has faltered, leading to the current environmental imbalance. With a combination of advanced technology and Alien's guidance, they managed to bypass the security systems and enter the structure. Inside, they found a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, each filled with strange artifacts and ancient machinery. The deeper they went, the more they discovered about the civilization that had once thrived here. The technology was sophisticated, but there was a sense of abandonment and decay. It was clear that the structure had not been maintained for centuries. In a central chamber, they encountered a massive control console, its surface covered in dust. Dr. Lin approached it, attempting to interface with the system. The console flickered to life, displaying a series of diagnostic readings and control panels. "It looks like this is where we can make adjustments," Dr. Lin said. "But we need to understand what went wrong in order to fix it." As they worked to decipher the controls, Alien shared more of the planet's history. "Our ancestors designed this system to regulate our environment. It was meant to be a perfect balance, but something caused it to malfunction. We don't know what." Captain Reyes looked around the chamber, her mind racing. "If we can figure out what went wrong, we might be able to reverse the damage, but we need to act quickly." The crew worked tirelessly, analyzing data and testing theories. The environment in the chamber was harsh, and their progress was slow. The pressure to find a solution weighed heavily on them, but their determination never wavered. After hours of painstaking effort, they discovered a critical flaw in the control system, a malfunctioning core component that had led to the environmental imbalance. With Alien's assistance, they began the process of repairing and recalibrating the system. As the repairs progressed, a sense of hope began to replace the earlier tension. The crew could see tangible improvements in the diagnostic readings, and the once unstable environment began to stabilize. The task was far from over, but they had made significant strides. Exhausted but optimistic, Captain Reyes and her team prepared to return to the surface. The ancient structure had revealed crucial information, and their efforts had brought them closer to resolving the crisis. Exhausted but optimistic, Captain Reyes and her team prepared to return to the surface. The ancient structure had revealed crucial information, and their efforts had brought them closer to resolving the crisis. As they emerged from the depths, Alien greeted them with a mixture of relief and gratitude. "Your work has been invaluable. We are beginning to see signs of recovery. There is still much to be done, but we are hopeful." Captain Reyes smiled, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. "We're in this together. We'll continue to work with you until the planet is safe." The crew returned to the surface, their spirits lifted by their progress. They knew the journey ahead would be challenging, but they were ready to face it. The fate of the alien world depended on their combined efforts, and they were determined to see it through to the end. Unforeseen obstacles. The initial success in stabilizing the ancient control system was a significant milestone, but the crew of the Elysian Dawn knew their work was far from complete. With the control system repaired, their focus shifted to implementing long-term solutions to ensure the planet's environmental stability. Over the next few days, the team collaborated with Alien and his people to develop a comprehensive plan. They combined human ingenuity with the alien technology to create a series of environmental stabilizers that could help restore the planet's natural balance. The project was ambitious, requiring meticulous planning and coordination. As the crew worked on the stabilizers, they encountered several unexpected challenges. The alien technology, though advanced, had unique operating principles that were difficult to integrate with human systems. Miscommunications and technical glitches slowed their progress, and the stress of the situation began to take its toll. One afternoon, Dr. Lin and engineer Sarah Carter were working on calibrating a stabilizer module when an unexpected malfunction occurred. The module emitted a series of alarming signals before shutting down completely. Dr. Lin frowned, examining the readouts. "This component should be functioning perfectly. There must be an issue with the integration." Sarah nodded, her brow furrowed. "It could be a compatibility issue. We're trying to combine two very different systems here." As they troubleshot the problem, Alien arrived, his demeanor reflecting concern. "What's the status of the stabilizers?" Dr. Lin explained the situation. "We've encountered a compatibility issue that's preventing the stabilizers from operating correctly. We need to find a solution quickly." Alien's eyes glowed with determination. "Our technology is ancient and complex, but we have not yet explored all its potential. There may be alternate methods to achieve the desired effect." The crew's frustration was palpable, but they were determined to find a solution. With Alien's guidance, they delved deeper into the alien technology, discovering forgotten schematics and hidden functions. The process was slow and tedious, but each breakthrough brought them closer to overcoming the obstacles. Meanwhile, Captain Reyes took on a different challenge, navigating the political landscape of the alien world. The urgency of the environmental crisis had stirred tensions among various factions within Alien's society. Some believed the efforts of the Elysian Dawn were too intrusive, while others feared the changes might disrupt their way of life. Captain Reyes arranged a series of meetings with key leaders to address their concerns and build consensus. She emphasized the mutual benefits of the collaboration and assured them of the crew's commitment to the planet's well-being. Despite her efforts, resistance persisted. One faction, led by a vocal leader named Tarek, voiced strong opposition. He argued that the intervention was a threat to their cultural heritage and autonomy. "The planet's issues are ours to resolve," Tarek declared at a meeting. "We do not need outsiders imposing their solutions on us." Captain Reyes remained calm. "We understand your concerns, but we are here to support and assist, not to impose. Our goal is to help you preserve your world and your way of life." The discussions were tense, But Captain Reyes's diplomatic skills eventually won over many of the skeptics. Tarek's faction remained wary, but a fragile agreement was reached to allow the stabilizer project to continue under careful oversight. Back at the research facility, progress was being made. The crew, now better acquainted with the alien technology, managed to refine the stabilizers and enhance their functionality. The first successful test of the new system was met with cautious optimism. The stabilizers were deployed in key locations around the planet, and initial results showed promise. The atmosphere began to stabilize, and the environmental readings improved. However, the full impact of the stabilizers would take time to manifest. As the crew continued their work, they faced another unexpected challenge, a series of natural disturbances that threatened to undo their progress. The planet's unstable weather patterns, exacerbated by the earlier environmental damage, caused severe storms and geological upheavals. The crew had to adapt quickly, modifying their approach to address the new threats. They worked around the clock, coordinating with Alien's team to implement emergency measures and prevent further damage. Despite the setbacks, the crew remained focused on their mission. Their resilience and determination were tested as never before, but their commitment to helping the alien world never wavered. In the midst of the turmoil, Alien approached Captain Reyes with a message of hope. "Your efforts have made a significant difference. The stabilizers are working, and we are beginning to see signs of recovery. We still have much work ahead, but your support has given us hope." Captain Reyes smiled, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "We'll continue to support you until the crisis is fully resolved. Together, we'll overcome these challenges." As the storms subsided and the environmental conditions began to improve, the crew of the Elysian Dawn found renewed motivation. They knew their journey was far from over, but they were determined to see it through to the end. The revelation. With the stabilizers now functional and the immediate environmental threats mitigated, the focus of the Elysian Dawn crew shifted toward ensuring long-term sustainability for the alien world. Alien and his people were grateful, but there was an underlying urgency in their actions, a sense that they were on the brink of a larger revelation. Captain Reyes and Dr. Lin were called to a secluded chamber within Alien's research facility. The room was adorned with ancient symbols and alien artifacts, illuminated by a soft, ethereal light. Alien stood at the center, flanked by a group of esteemed elders from his civilization. Alien began with a solemn tone. "You have done much to help our world, but there is more to this story than we initially understood. The environmental crisis is part of a much larger puzzle." Dr. Lin's curiosity was piqued. "What do you mean? Is there something we missed?" One of the elders, an elderly alien with a wise demeanor named Zorath, spoke up. "Our records indicate that the environmental disturbances are linked to a series of ancient experiments conducted by our ancestors. These experiments were intended to harness energy from our planet's core, but they were abandoned when the process went awry." Captain Reyes frowned. "So the problems we're facing are the result of these experiments?" Zorath nodded gravely. "Yes, the experiments were intended to create a stable energy source, but they destabilized the planet's core and caused the environmental imbalance we now face. Our current crisis is a direct consequence of those long-forgotten experiments." Alien continued, "We believe that to fully resolve the crisis, we must address the root cause, the ancient energy extraction system hidden deep within the planet. It's a complex and dangerous undertaking, but it's essential for our survival." Dr. Lin analyzed the data provided by the elders. If the experiments cause the destabilization, then repairing or deactivating the energy extraction system might restore balance. But we need detailed information about its current state. Alien nodded. "We have some old schematics, but they are incomplete. We will need to access the system itself to understand its current status." The crew prepared for a new expedition, this time to the heart of the ancient energy extraction system. Equipped with advanced tools and guided by Alien and the elders, they set out to navigate the labyrinthine tunnels that led to the core. The journey was arduous. The path was fraught with hazards, including collapsing tunnels and intense geothermal activity. The crew's progress was slow, but their determination never faltered. As they approached the core, they encountered a series of ancient security measures designed to protect the system. These measures included complex puzzles and traps, remnants of the technology that had once been used to control the energy extraction process. Dr. Lin and Sarah Carter led the effort to bypass these security measures, using a combination of human ingenuity and alien technology. Each success brought them closer to their goal, but the stakes were high. Finally, they reached the central chamber, a vast, cavernous space housing the energy extraction system. The chamber was filled with towering machinery and glowing conduits. The system was still operational, its core pulsating with a powerful energy. Alien's expression was a mix of awe and apprehension. "This is it. We need to carefully analyze the system to determine how to deactivate or repair it." The restoration process involved a series of complex operations, including rebalancing the planet's atmosphere and repairing damaged ecosystems. The crew worked alongside Alien's people, combining their skills and knowledge to address the remaining challenges. One particularly significant task was the reintroduction of native flora and fauna that had been impacted by the environmental disturbances. Dr. Lin and her team collaborated with alien scientists to carefully reintroduce species and monitor their recovery. The work was painstaking, but the results were promising. Slowly, the planet's ecosystems began to show signs of recovery. Vegetation returned, and the wildlife that had been displaced started to reappear. During this period, Captain Reyes and Alien continued to foster relationships with the various factions. They organized cultural exchanges and collaborative projects to build trust and understanding. These efforts helped to bridge the gap between the different groups and promote a sense of unity. One day, as the crew took a moment to observe the progress they had made, Captain Reyes and Alien stood on a vantage point overlooking a once-dying forest now vibrant with new life. The view was a testament to their hard work and dedication. Alien turned to Captain Reyes, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you for your unwavering support. Your efforts have transformed our world and brought us hope for the future." Captain Reyes smiled, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. "It's been an honor to work with you and your people. We've accomplished something remarkable together." As the restoration efforts continued, the crew of the Elysian Dawn prepared for their departure. They knew that their time on this alien world had made a lasting impact, and they were proud of the progress they had achieved. The final phase of their mission involved a grand ceremony to celebrate the successful collaboration between the humans and the aliens. Representatives from all factions came together to mark the occasion, expressing their gratitude and recognition for the joint efforts that had led to the planet's recovery. As the ceremony concluded, Captain Reyes and her crew bid farewell to their alien allies, knowing that they had forged a lasting bond. The work they had done would continue to benefit the planet and its people for years to come. With a sense of fulfillment and hope, the crew of the Elysian Dawn prepared to embark on their next adventure. They left behind a world that had been transformed by their collaboration, carrying with them the knowledge that their efforts had made a difference in the galaxy. Echoes of change. As the Elysian Dawn prepared to depart from the now rejuvenated world, a deep sense of accomplishment pervaded the crew. They had not only managed to stabilize a planet on the brink of ecological collapse, but had also fostered a spirit of cooperation and unity among its diverse factions. However, the mission's conclusion marked a new chapter in their journey, a chapter that would reveal the true extent of their impact. Alien and his people had expressed their gratitude in numerous ways, from ceremonial honors to heartfelt farewells. The collaborative projects they had initiated promised to continue yielding benefits long after the crew's departure. But as the crew prepared to leave, a new issue arose that tested their resolve and ingenuity. In the final days of their mission, a series of strange energy fluctuations were detected by the Elysian Dawn's sensors. The fluctuations were subtle but persistent, originating from a remote part of the planet that had not been fully explored. The readings indicated an anomaly that seemed to defy the known principles of physics. Captain Reyes, intrigued by the anomaly, decided to investigate further before their departure. "We can't leave without understanding what's causing these fluctuations. It might be another aspect of the energy system we didn't fully address." Dr. Lin and her team, alongside Alien and a select group of alien scientists, embarked on a journey to the location of the anomaly. The area was a desolate, rocky expanse, far from the lush landscapes they had helped restore. The energy readings grew stronger as they approached, leading them to an ancient structure partially buried beneath the surface. The structure was unlike anything they had encountered before, an enormous, intricately designed array of machinery and conduits. It appeared to be a remnant of the same ancient technology that had caused the planet's initial instability. Alien's expression was one of awe and concern. This structure must be a key component of the old energy system. It was likely hidden to prevent further damage. Dr. Lin examined the machinery. If this is connected to the fluctuations we're detecting, it could be causing residual destabilization. We need to understand its function and determine if it poses any risk. As the team investigated, they discovered a series of hidden control panels and data storage units. The data contained records of experiments and modifications made to the energy system over centuries. It became clear that the structure was designed to regulate and monitor the energy output, but it had been abandoned when the system was deemed too dangerous to operate. The team worked to decode the ancient data, revealing that the structure had been designed with fail-safes and containment fields. However, over time, these safeguards had deteriorated, leading to the fluctuations they were now detecting. Alien and his team collaborated with the crew to develop a plan to repair the containment fields and stabilize the structure. It was a complex and risky operation, requiring precision and careful handling of the alien technology. As they worked, the energy fluctuations intensified, creating a sense of urgency. The team faced numerous technical challenges, from deciphering outdated control protocols to recalibrating malfunctioning systems. Dr. Lin and Sarah Carter led the repair efforts, using their expertise to address the critical issues. The situation was tense, with the risk of a complete failure or a dangerous surge in energy levels. Yet, the crew's determination never wavered. After several grueling hours, the team succeeded in restoring the containment fields and stabilizing the structure. The energy fluctuations subsided, and the anomaly was resolved. The immediate danger had been averted, but the experience underscored the complexity and potential risks associated with the ancient technology. As they returned to the surface, Alien expressed his gratitude once more. "You have once again demonstrated your dedication and skill. Without your help, the residual energy fluctuations could have become a serious threat." Captain Reyes nodded, feeling a deep sense of relief. "We're glad we could address the issue before it became a bigger problem. Your world is in a much better place now." With the anomaly resolved, the crew of the Elysian Dawn completed their preparations for departure. The farewell ceremonies were poignant, marked by a renewed sense of camaraderie and respect between the humans and the aliens. As the Elysian Dawn lifted off, the crew looked back at the planet they had helped restore, a world now brimming with hope and potential. The journey had been challenging, but the collaboration between humans and aliens had proven that even the most daunting problems could be overcome through unity and innovation. Captain Reyes and her team set their sights on new horizons, ready for the next adventure that awaited them in the vast expanse of space. They carried with them the knowledge that their efforts had made a lasting impact, forging bonds that would resonate throughout the galaxy. New Dawn. As the Elysian Dawn charted its course for the next destination, the crew reflected on their recent mission and its profound impact. The journey had been marked by challenges and triumphs, and their efforts had fostered a new era of cooperation between humanity and aliens' people. Yet, the story was far from over. The mission's success had inspired a new chapter in the ongoing dialogue between the two civilizations. Back on the rejuvenated planet, Alien and his people were preparing to implement long-term strategies for maintaining the restored environment and furthering their collaboration with the human visitors. The recent anomalies had underscored the importance of vigilance and ongoing partnership. In a ceremonial hall, Alien addressed the assembled representatives of various factions, alongside the crew of the Elysian Dawn. The mood was one of optimism and reflection, as the ceremony was intended to both celebrate the achievements and outline future plans. Today, Alien began, we stand on the threshold of a new era. Thanks to the unwavering support and expertise of our human allies, we have navigated through a time of great crisis. The restoration of our planet is a testament to what can be achieved when different worlds come together in common purpose. Captain Reyes and Dr. Lin stood beside Alien, their expressions a mix of pride and anticipation. The ceremony was not just a celebration, but also a commitment to the future of this newfound alliance. Alien continued, "Our immediate goal is to ensure that the progress we have made continues to benefit future generations. We will be implementing new environmental protocols and strengthening our technological capabilities to prevent similar crises." Dr. Lin addressed the audience next. "The work we've done here has laid a solid foundation. However, true progress will come from our continued collaboration. We will be working closely with your scientists to monitor the long-term effects of the restoration and develop further advancements." Alien then presented Captain Reyes with a symbolic gift, a beautifully crafted artifact representing the unity between their worlds. It was a gesture of deep respect and gratitude, signifying the bond that had been forged through their shared efforts. Captain Reyes accepted the gift with appreciation. "It has been an honor to work with all of you. This alliance has not only helped save your world, but has also opened doors to new opportunities for both our civilizations. We look forward to the continued collaboration and the positive changes it will bring." As the ceremony drew to a close, the mood was celebratory but also contemplative. The guests mingled, discussing the future projects and initiatives that would shape their ongoing partnership. The air was filled with a sense of hope and the promise of further cooperation. The crew of the Elysian Dawn spent their final hours on the planet, engaging with their alien counterparts, sharing knowledge, and participating in cultural exchanges. The connections made during their stay would serve as the foundation for future missions and collaborations. As the time for departure approached, Alien and his people gathered to bid farewell to their human allies. The scene was heartfelt, with expressions of gratitude and mutual respect. The sense of camaraderie and shared purpose was palpable. Captain Reyes and her team boarded the Elysian Dawn, ready to embark on their next adventure. As the spacecraft ascended into the sky, the crew looked out at the planet below, a world that had been transformed by their collective efforts. The journey had been a testament to the power of cooperation and the resilience of both species. The challenges faced and overcome had forged a lasting bond that would continue to influence the galaxy. As the stars stretched out before them, Captain Reyes reflected on the journey. "We've achieved something remarkable here. It's a reminder of what can be accomplished when we work together, no matter the distance between us." Dr. Lin nodded, her thoughts echoing Reyes' sentiment. "This is just the beginning. The universe is full of possibilities, and there's so much more to explore and discover." With a renewed sense of purpose and optimism, the Elysian Dawn set its course for new horizons. The crew was ready to face the unknown, knowing that their experiences had paved the way for a brighter future. And so, as the spaceship ventured into the vast expanse of space, the echoes of their shared journey resonated through the stars, a beacon of hope and unity in the boundless galaxy.